Except for the Sunday Telegraph, G20 has not figured on the main or the front pages in the British newspapers, but it has been covered in all the major newspapers here, relegated to rather latter pages of the paper. The issues that are being picked up are more that are relevant for Britain, of course, and there are two major political issues, if you like. One is that of illegal immigrants who have been coming to this country. Just in 2022, there are about 46,000, especially coming through the English Channel, and a lot of them presenting a human rights issue on the doorsteps of Britain. And Britain has had a controversial scheme of sending them to Rwanda, and that is the scheme that has figured the most, where Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, is seen to be meeting the Italian counterpart to garner some support for this scheme. In fact, the attempt has been, as the papers have picked upon, is Rishi Sunak's attempt to rather get a pan-European support for this Rwanda scheme. The other thing that has been covered, and very important for Britain rather, is the free trade deal between India and the UK. Now, Boris Johnson had promised that this will come through in Diwali, but this did not happen, and it has since been a job for every Prime Minister to get it through. And this time round, of course, Rishi has a lot of pressure on his shoulder to get this deal through in post-Brexit Britain, and that's what. But there has been a nuanced stance around that, and which is that Britain doesn't need to look quite so desperate, and many experts have covered that point, and which is why we see a lot of the newspapers taking that as their second point. The first one, of course, is the Rwanda immigrant scheme, for which Rishi Sunak is trying to garner support. But very interestingly, there is something that shines through the papers, and that is the soft power that Akshardham is behind Rishi Sunak. She has shined through, if you like, through all the papers, and she has been positively portrayed across all the newspapers as being the person who will cement her relationship, because after all, Rishi was not born or brought up in India. Yes, he's Indian origin. He came not from India really. It is Akshata actually who comes from India and comes from a very important family in India, and is seen as the soft power behind Rishi. So a lot of coverage, but of issues that matter to the UK, but overall India has emerged as a very important country who already is and will be playing even more important role in the geopolitics as well as the global economics of the world. Lavina Tandon for India Today from London.